Hi, I'm back. Okay, I've given the whole section 2 coats of dull coat. And as you can see, the rust section really comes up very well. Okay, that's how I wanted it, and that's what you can achieve using brushes. Like I said, it does take some time, but the end result is very good. Okay, now what I've also done, I've pre-painted the rock section and the ground section. The rock section I used Vallejo's medium grey, and for the ground section there I used Vallejo's beige brown. Excuse me. So with the rock section I'm going to use watered down matte black to give it a more darker slaty colour instead of a sandy colour. Okay, so just water down your paints and just give it a good wash. Don't wipe any of this off, just leave it on there, as you want it a bit darker. It will take several coats for this. I will be adding light browns to it as well, so it's got a bit of weathering. Just keep constantly going over it until the wash is almost gone. Okay, so there it is there. I'll let that dry for a little while. It'll take about 5 minutes to dry. And while that is drying, for the groundwork, these are the items I'll be using. So I've got, for the dirt, this is just mulch. Okay, so that's what I use for my groundwork in forests and all that sort of stuff. It comes out good because it's got all the chunky pieces in it as well, all the debris that you want. If you can, try and use real items if you can, but if not, yeah, you can go with the artificial stuff. Okay, so that's the base of the groundwork. I'll be mixing in some moss forest. Okay, so that's it there. You get little mushrooms of these, but we won't be adding these in it. Okay, there you go. So yeah, this is real moss and everything, so I'll be mixing that in as well. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, for the moss that I'll be adding, this is the artificial stuff, railway grass, that type of thing, so I'll be using that. That's nice and light, so I'll be using that as well. And I'll be using some of these little bushes. They just peel off and you can stick them on. I usually stick them on with super glue. Okay, and for the bushes or plants, these plants I've got from Joe Fix Studios. They will be given a wash of a gunship green to dull them down a bit so they're not as shiny. Okay, so saying that, the base is almost dry, so now I won't muck around with this. So get a bit of medium grey, mix it in with the wash you have already. Now with the mix, you want it to be a darker grey than the original base coat we had of the medium grey. And you want to wash this over. So as you can see, it's a lot darker. This will take several washes and that as well. Okay, so yeah, that's looking good. Alright, so while that is drying now, what we'll do, we'll give the plants a wash of gunship green, Vallejo's gunship green. Excuse me. Okay, I want to keep the yellowy colour here as well, but I do want to tone it down like I said. So just dip your paint. Move the camera back so you can see. So just place your plant down on the ground and just go over it. Now we'll just fill in, it's just like a normal wash, so I'll just fill in. Okay, so we'll need probably for the plants with the yellowy leaves on them, we'll take about 2 coats to where I wanted to get it. Okay, so that's it so far. So as you can see, it has toned down the yellow already. Alright, you just place them aside, just continue. Now a good thing about this too is that the wash will give each individual plant its own characteristics, so everything's not going to look the same, which I want. And in this stage, there's nothing wrong using plastic plants or fish tank plants, which I do a lot as well. Okay, as long as they're cleaned up and then painted properly, they really do look good. There are a lot of photo etched plants as well for ivy, like vine growing plants. Okay, so yeah, the stuff you can get nowadays is amazing. I do also use real grass. I'll get the grass from out the back before I go mowing, and then I'll pull it out from the root. So what I do, I let it dry then, and once it's dry I give it a wash over of methylated spirits to dry it out a bit more. Methylated spirits as well will keep it from rotting. It's almost like it's mummifying it. And then you let that dry. Once you put the methylated spirits on it, you let that dry for about 4 hours. If it's a hot sunny day, even better. Take it out in the sun, leave them out in the sun, and you only have to leave them out there for about half an hour to an hour till they're dry. And once they're dry, you can paint them up, give them a bit of a wash as well, which I've done on a couple of my models. And the real grass looks good. Plus with the roots, you can keep the roots for later, you know, for down trees and that sort of stuff, or you've got a diorama near a water scene and you've got roots coming out of the side of the embankment. So yeah, so don't throw anything away like that, just keep it. You know, you might not use it for a long time, but eventually you'll want something and you've got it there and then, so you don't have to muck around going looking for it. Okay, nearly finished this one. And as you've seen with my models, I do a lot of washes and that. It just brings out the detail and just makes it look better. Okay, so with these little plants, you don't have to do much. Just go over the leaves, or leaves I should say, at the top. I'll just get my tweezers. Okay, just go over the leaves like I said. Each individual one. And I don't know if you can see that. There's the one I've painted or gave a wash, and there's the others. So as you can see, there's a big difference. And they do look good. Joe Fixit Studios make great little plants. They've got a variety of them as well, so have a look at them. I get all my stuff here in Australia from ABN Hobbies. It's a great little company. They supply a lot of good stuff, and they do import as well to overseas. Sorry, my mistake, it's B&A Hobbies, okay? B&A Model World. So just look it up, B&A Models, and yeah, have a look at their website, it's fantastic. and I get a lot of my actually 90% of my gear from there as well, because they are based in Australia and they're quick with the delivery. I've never had anything damaged or lost. So yeah, they are very good. Okay, nearly finished these. Two more. I'll go over that one again. There you go, that one. And last one. For these little plants. Okay, they're done. Now for the yellow leaf plants, as you can see, the yellowness in it has really toned down. So I want to just do one more light wash over again, and the back of it. Yeah, they're looking really good now. And once they dry, they look fantastic. And like I said, you want different textures as in with the paint, so you don't want every plant looking exactly the same. You want to have a bit of yellow on some of them, a bit of darker green on others, just to break it up, and it does look good. It gives it more realism. Okay, that's it. So I'll let those plants dry now. We'll go back to the base itself. Alright, so that is almost dry. It's not drying as quick as I want. So that's okay. So now we've got a bit darker. Now we add more black. Okay, black wash. Just go over it. And this will bring out the texture of the stone as well. Now you'll probably have to do 2 coats of this. Okay. Okay, there it is. As you can see, it's darkened up a lot again. So yeah, definitely 2 coats. Okay, it's filling all the little indentations that I did with the sponge. So I'll do one more coat once it dries. Okay guys, I'll let that dry, then I'll come back to you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.